and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I do apologize for the extended break and the extended delay. Again, we were trying to get into the upper semis. We tried to get into game 2, tried to get into game 3. We weren't able to. We feels bad, man. Feels bad. So we weren't quite able to get into said games, but we at least are here for the grand finals. Fresh best of 5. Clem did take down Strange 3-0. Taking down 3-0, and with that we have Clem up against ByuN in a fresh best of 5 grand finals match. Let's go. Let us go. We are jumping on in, and game 1 is going to be on Rainfall. Bearing in mind that this event is of course showcasing the new TLMC22 maps, the new TLMC22 map pool, so we are jumping into our fresh series. Rainfall up first. Let's go. Let's go. Featuring all these new maps and featuring Rainfall for the first time this broadcast. True, for the first time, at least, yeah, this broadcast specifically. There's a lot to get into as high progression is favored, and spawning in the top left hand corner of Rainfall we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner we have his opponents. We have the South Green Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we're delving into our TVP. Welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall, again, is one of the shorter maps of the map pool. Smaller maps, I should say. Shorter rush distance by ground. High progression is favored here. We do have a very exposed 3rd and 4th base. And we have this area in between the bases as well where you can take advantage of. In my mind, this is the new Tourmaline, essentially. It's a new Tourmaline. In some ways, is more aggressive. In other ways, is less aggressive. I will say that this high ground elevated position is more usable than on Tourmaline. That is true. You could argue that even the attack path here towards the 3rd base is also very direct as well. I would say the thing that does complicate things a little bit are these bridges. The bridges in the center are very narrow, so you can engage the army ahead of time and try to slow down a push in the center. That is the hope, at least. Otherwise, all-ins I would say are favored, and so far double gas opener, faster factory, a more tech heavy start out of ByuN is going to be more tech heavy, and we'll see where he takes us. We'll see if he goes into Reactor Reaper Hellion, if he goes into early Cyclone, early tank, committed Banshee play. ByuN has options as he fully walls off. Here it does fully wall. Clem behind this going for his own standard opener. Also the rain be falling, true. Oh, the rain be falling. Again, we are setting up. Now, when it comes to our broadcast schedule today, bearing in mind that GSL starts tonight. GSL does start tonight. I'm gonna try to get some sleep in between broadcasts. I don't know if I'll be able to though. Like, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of work to do. So I'll try to nap at least a little bit of a nap before GSL. But GSL is in what, 6 hours? Yeah, it's there's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. 6 hours away from GSL. Yeah. If those are curious, we are going to be casting it over on Soup. We're casting it live. Otherwise, we do have our safety opener. Again, Clem, he is somewhat aware of the initial tech-heavy start. He's assuming that it was double gas, so we're going for earlier batteries, one in the natural, one in the main base. This will help against Reaper Hellion aggression. Meanwhile, across the map at ByuN, he does go for his own 1-1-1, one base all-in. No surprises here. As he mentioned, Rainfall does favor all-ins, does favor aggression, so straight up one base all-in out of ByuN. We'll see if he can catch Clem with his pants down. Here we go. GSL's on Soup, right? Yes. Don't know who or what is Soup. Oh, shout out to the command in the chat, exclamation mark Soup. True. Soup is basically like Korean Twitch. For those who are unaware, a couple of years ago, Twitch, they stopped supporting the Korean region. So that's why Korean streamers on Twitch are very, very rare, as Twitch no longer support that. I believe they basically technically you can stream to Twitch from Korea, but you don't get any payouts. Like you don't earn any money from it or anything like that. It's unfortunate. Boys are being pulled one base all in, but that's why we had a bunch of competitors rise up. So we have Soup, we have Chijik, and we have a Kakao streaming platform as well. So we have a bunch of Korean streams on other platforms instead of Twitch. as a heads up. Meanwhile, the All-In has arrived. We're getting within range. The first battery is going to go down. Behind this, we're going for a charge base opener. DTs are ambitious. Can we survive long enough until the Dark Shrine comes into play? DTs would be amazing here defensively, but they're still a ways away. Basically a Freaky TV, but different. Freaky TV is soup. Africa. But Africa, they did rebrand as soup, so they are one and the same. One and the same. As ByuN is pushing forward, slowly gaining ground. Pushing into the natural, and the DTs are here. And do we have a scan? I believe, ooh, there's soon to be one. It's gonna be close. To 46, 47, we need 50 energy. 49, 50. We got one scan. Yes, one. Oh my god, there's a first scan. DT does get out of range, and Clem is holding. Clem is holding on. He's trying to. The ground army is completely shut down there. Oh my god. Yeah, ByuN, he breaks through the ground army, but we have one singular Dark Templar, and Clem is defending. The one DT. Again, there's only one orbital. Remember, it's a one base all in, so scans are very limited. Clem would be dead right now. Clem, he would be dead 100% if it wasn't for the Dark Templar. We need scans. So far, nice drop control, nice micro. Medvac does pull away. Raven will soon arrive. Tank does make it out here, but this one DT has how many kills? 5 kills already. 5 Marine kills. And Clem, he has time. He has time to build up his forces. Charge is now complete. And ByuN's about to go for a second wave, a second push, this time with his Raven. Of course, he has to keep that Raven alive. Now, we still do favor ByuN. Like, ByuN is still favored here. ByuN still has a stronger army. But the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for ByuN. So we gotta go soon. He's gotta send it. Send it back. That's all good, it's all good. Africa, they rebranded as soup like a year ago? 2 years ago? Like relatively recent in the history of StarCraft. Relatively recently. Like maybe started last year. ByuN does set up in the main. ByuN setting up, pushing forward. There are a lot of zealots here, but we do have that armor shred. Goes to the auto turrets, okay. Does go for the turrets, base out the charge. Tank blows on the soldiers, nice target firing, very nice. Zealots, they are breaking through 1, 2, 3, all 4 tanks. Oh my god, the zealots! Yeah, the charge zealots, they break through the tank line, and Clem is holding. Wow, Clem, he is barely holding on here. ByuN is running out of steam. Remember, he has nothing else behind this. That was it. That's all that he had. Those are 4 tanks. Like, you can't replace that. Like, not like this. Well, we can't build back up to 4 tanks again. Drops into the mineral line. And the all-in has failed. The all-in has failed. Clem now securing a greater economy. Pushing out across the map. ByuN should never be able to expand, and ByuN is going for a third wave, a third all-in, this time with Stim. Stim. Oh. So let's wait the zealots. ByuN still dropping as best he can. Doing what he can. And Clem is just confirming that there is no expansion. Just confirms. Drop into the main. Battery's in position, if you recall. We still have that battery. Clem is still fine. You could argue that this is keeping Clem busy, but he's not being kept busy from anything else, right? Like, there's nothing else that really does cause for attention. Now here comes the main push. Oh boy. And ByuN is likewise also moving out as well. Morphine and a couple of extra Archons. ByuN does spot the main army. He does siege. True. Does siege ahead of time. Ooh, massive tank shots. Very nice connections. 2 volleys going off on the Zealots. This is what ByuN needed. Oh no, he got baited though. ByuN, he was premature. Threw down some turrets. That's a lot of energy. Ah. Oh. Catching on more Zealots though. Very nice positional play. Again, he's just able to get some free shots off with those tanks. He has built back up to 4. He got there. Here come the boys. Here come the boys back. Oh, the splits. Clem, calm down. Splits against the armor shred. Ravens are out of energy. There's enough energy for 1 auto turret. Just the one. Clem setting up for the surround, coming from behind. He commits in. He goes for it. Just go for the dive. He gets 1 tank. And 1, 2, 3, all 4 tanks will go down. Nice armor show, but that's after the tanks fall. Now we just pull back. We can pull back to the shield battery. Extra reinforcements. Now it's just pure marine. Purely marines. Oof, and they're just melting against the Archons. And with that, Clem, he'll take lead in the series. He shuts down the all-in. GG gets called, and Clem takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Clem does take a lead. Again, a very intense back and forth here. ByuN, he had so much momentum. The all-in was working, but the Dark Shrine did prove to be a little bit too strong here. DTs are ideal against 1 and 2 base all-ins because the Terran scans are so limited, right? Terran players, whenever they're going for a 1 or 2 base all-in, you're muling as hard as you can. You have limited workers, limited economy, so you want to mule, and you get punished for it by these Dark Templar. GG. GG well played. It's a very smart decision there from Clem. Very smart to react to respond with his Dark Templar, and with that he snowballed out of control. With that, Clem takes a lead, and now we're loading game number 2. Going to be loading into At Eternity's Edge. Oh. Let's go. Let us go. Yeah, so we're loading into a bit of a larger map than what we just experienced, but has its own aggressive tendencies as well. We'll see. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Eternity's Edge, we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss leading the series 1-0. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran player himself representing Shopify. It is a ByuN. Here we go. Whew, we're getting into game number 2 here. We're going to be settling in. This time we have a bit of a larger map, longer rush distance by ground compared to the previous map, of course. I will say that the rush distance from third to third is very short, depending on where we expand. We were alluding to this map earlier in regards to PvT, where it feels like Protoss players are more incentivized to expand towards the gold expansion on the bottom left-hand corner of the map, whereas Terran players will be securing themselves with their triangular third and having that high ground advantage, turtling up in 3 bases and eventually claiming a 4th base, pushing forward instead. But that's under the assumption that we build up into a macro game. ByuN, double gas opener. Last game he went for a 1 base all in. This time he's opening up aggressive once again. Does he go for another 1 base all in? I don't want to rule it out. It's very unlikely though. Otherwise he would fully wall off. So we're seeing an aggressive start, a tech heavy start, but just tech heavy. Yeah, the probe is locked in. Probe is locked into the main. Reaper's on the way. Shows what you got. Now from here, ByuN should be going for his command center after the factory. It should be. As the probe does recall back home. Does recall back. This is talking about the map itself a little bit here for those that maybe haven't tuned in. We do have a little alcove here within the main base of both players. The main base is a little bit larger, and you can use this to go for like Nidus worms, hidden pylons, just drop play. You can just use in the mid game, just dropping here into this little alcove to go in unscouted. If you don't have vision of this area, it can be abused. So it's a nice little feature here for at Attorney's Edge. There's that command center on location. So ByuN is expanding. He's building up to at least 2 bases. But the question becomes, we're not going into Hellion production. Okay, so it's going to be double Reaper into Reactor Tech Lab. With this, we're going for earlier Cyclone or tank play. Sorry, Cyclone. So we're going for the earlier Cyclone. Into, I would imagine, drops. Into that starport. As Reapers they pick in. At the same time, we have our Twilight Council open out of Clem. Going for the Council, going for Blink. Last game charge made more sense because it was up against an all-in. This time would make more sense for Blink play. Eyes are on Clem. This nation will soon confirm whether or not there's an all-in coming his way. Or one base play. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Pony Danza. God, my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 26 months. Crazy, papi, crazy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, papi. We appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thanks for streaming. De nada, papi, de nada. Always, papi, always. Always here for the PiGosaur Cup. Oh, hello. As we're opening up into add-on swap into not Cloak Banshee, but Speed Banshee. Hyperflight Rotors are on the way. We're building up into early Banshee play, and these Banshees, they can excel. They'll have more speed, more maneuverability, and they can out-micro, out-control, and try to gain more value over time. There's a lot of potential with the Speed Banshees. There's a lot of potential. Meanwhile, Clem did go 2-gate blink, I believe. Yep, 2-gate blink into the Robo into the third. So very greedy build here by Clem. And I was curious to see if Protoss players would want to try to claim that faster gold and move in this direction. But no, Clem is going for the forward expansion. This does allow for more aggression. This does give access to the eventual hybrid high-yield gas expansion here towards the center. And does push faster across the map as well. This is a much more aggressive expansion. Much more aggressive. Ooh, one Stalker gets picked up. Nice pick up out of ByuN. And nice pick up. Better trade for the Terran. Does pull away. Bleeds out a Reaper. Can sustain that. For the time being, is building up. We have the first Banshee moving out towards the bottom left. As the second Reaper is caught. Clem gaining map control. Ooh, does poke a little bit too far in. Force to blink away. Does blink back, does blink away. Second Banshee soon to move out. Sorry, getting up to 3 Banshees. Observer does spot the production. ByuN is pushing. He wants that third. He is moving out. Observer does spot the move out as well. You see Clem getting in position, scouting with his probe, and he will find the army. Does find ByuN. Now, as ByuN distracts the main army of Clem, the Banshee's moving in. 2 Banshees, they can one-shot probes. The cannon, they will. Cannon one-shot workers, Stalkers, they rotate from the main. 3 probes going to be going down. Tanks have yet to siege. Oh, the tanks are exposed. No! Yeah, the tanks are exposed, and ByuN here extends. Yeah, ByuN, he was not paying attention. He was too fixated on his Banshees. Banshees are deflected, and this tank is exposed. For now, the Banshee does distract the Stalkers, though. Okay. Does cause a distraction. 10 probe kills, not bad. 10 probes. ByuN, this tank gets away. This tank should have gone down, but, but does get away. Oof. And so far, not bad economic damage. The problem here, though, is that ByuN did sustain a lot of losses, and Clem wants a counterattack. He wants that tank. He wants it. Again, it should have gone down earlier. Tank does survive. Ooh, we can rotate. Stim! No! Stim is exposed. He wants it. He's going to get it as well. Going for the Banshee. One volley goes off. Wasted shots on the bunker. Ooh, miscontrol out of Clem. He wasted, was that 2 volleys on this bunker? Yeah, so Clem, he does have some miscontrol. That could have been Stim being denied, by the way. So he did spend volleys on the bunk, oh sorry, on the racks. Fourth base now being taken. Clem, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in, Pappy. Experience is finally cleaned up. Gets one more probe. Clem is still securing his 4 bases. And ByuN likewise claiming his 3rd CC as well. So we're building up into the mid game. For the time being, ByuN is stuck. ByuN is stuck at home. He's building up. Once he gets his upgrades, he can start to break out. This is why denying Stim would have been huge, as that would delay the move out, delay the 3rd. But ByuN has his upgrades. He does have his upgrades. ByuN does reposition. Swerving Clem away. The boy, geez, we just give it to the 2-base all in. Fake 3rd TC? I'm getting caught off guard, okay. And we spoke about the short rush distance to the 3rd base. The boys are being pulled. A fake 3rd base out of ByuN. He commits, Pappy. It's all or nothing. He's got everything across the map. Tanks are getting in position. Well placed here behind the rocks. Now getting within range of the Nexus. And Clem is in trouble here. Yeah, the base is going to go down. Clem cannot save it. Expansion falls. And GG. GG as ByuN. He actually doesn't quite commit in. He has no faith. Oh my god. GG. ByuN, sure he kills the expansion, but he taps out, and Clem, he will claim it. ByuN not having faith that he can break through, I guess, the 2nd Colossus, which would be difficult, but yeah, GG. GG, well played. Does not attempt to break through, and Clem, take it to a lead. Does take it to a lead there. It was going to be difficult for ByuN to push into the natural. That is true. I do agree with that, but yeah, a little bit surprised he didn't try it. Like, a little bit surprised. There we go. Here we go. We're going to be loading into game number 3. Bunkers. New I kept saying bunkers to the racks. My apologies. Yo, they're both Terran buildings. They start with B. Same thing. Same thing. But here we go. Here we go. We're loading into game number 3 here. Going to be loading into Storm Push. Let's go. Here we go. As we are loading into game 3. And we'll see if ByuN can make a series out of this. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. We'll see if he can fight back. We'll see if he can try to bring this all together here and force a game 4, force a game 5. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Storm Push, we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Leading the series 2-0. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Felt like a random time to G. It wasn't random, but there was like a slim chance for it to work. So basically, if you remember, ByuN was completely all in. He was completely all in, and Clem, he did not fight for his 3rd. So Clem was able to preserve his units and buy time for a 2nd Colossus, which means that it would be very unlikely or very difficult for ByuN to break the natural. But I mean, often we still see players try anyway. Like that's what caught me off guard, is that I still expected him to like try to push into the natural anyway, even if it was going to be an uphill battle. But nah, ByuN, he just cut his losses. ByuN apparently hopes that Clem will try to defend the 3rd and fail. Yes, well that was the hope there. That was the hope, is that ByuN would try to force a fight out of Clem. Oh, we're on the wrong map. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. Yeah, we're on the wrong map, but I guess we'll play that anyway. Oh no, I say that. I think yeah, for PiGosaur Cups they do use the the Storm Push version. Okay, never mind. So once again, welcome to Storm Push, not Storm Surge. This is not reflective of what's going to be in the Team Liquid map contest. This is a modded version. It's a modded version of the map. This does have the push and pull, the tide factor, if you will, where you get sped up if you push with the tide, and you get slowed down, as you can see here, if you push against the tide. So it is a really fun version. I do really like it, but this is not the TLMC version. This will not be a part of the map pool, of the ladder. It's really fun though. For those that are curious as to why, so the Team Liquid map contest, they do have a bunch of parameters. They have a bunch of restrictions on what can and cannot be added to a map. And again, this has like some more, I don't want to say external mods, but like some unique things were done to this map to allow for this to happen. Like this isn't just a speed zone or a slow zone. Like there was some weird stuff done to this to actually allow for this to occur, which is really cool. But the mods that were made to this map, they fall outside of what they allow for the Team Liquid map contest. So so that's why that won't be applicable to the ladder. Basically, a lot of work was put into making like this feature possible, but the things that were done to it do mean that it's not eligible for the TLMC. Maybe in the future, I would hope that they open up restrictions for something like this. One day, happy one day. For now though, we're going to be calming down. We're getting into our builds. We do have our 1-1-1 out of ByuN, settling into his more economic starts. And meanwhile, we have Clem going for his own Blink Stalker opener. And how many gateways? We have one in the main base. We have one in the natural. 2 gate blink. 2 gate blink out of Clem. ByuN drops into the natural. He drops in, applies some pressure here. So far, no major damage. Ooh. And so far, Clem defends well. He defends well. We'll lose a little bit of mine time. He'll lose 1 probe, but Clem, he does deflect. Behind this, we have early tank production into Raven. We'll see if ByuN does commit to an early move out. Now, something, jeez. The speedy boys. Oh my god. Oh, they try to blink through. They could make it. They can make it. Ay, there we go. Fun fact, I believe concussive shell is enough to actually make you be pushed away, which is really cool. Like units are slowed down enough where the tide is just too strong and you just get pushed back against it. You just cannot move up. So there are things like slow zones, marauder, concussive shell, fungal growths that can actually cause you to actually move backwards as you try to push against it, which is really cool. So now we do have our bay behind this, building up into Colossus, just standard follow up here by Clem. We can try to blink behind the mineral line and push into the main, but Clem, he doesn't test it. He does see the tank. He doesn't risk it. And pulls away. Pulls away. ByuN just turtling up on 2 bases. Once he gets stim and combat shields, he can move out. Once he does start to move out, we'll see if he throws down a 3rd base. Last game we saw was a fake. It was a fake 3rd expansion, so we can't rule that out anymore. Like we, if we see a 3rd CC, that doesn't mean it's real. Is what we're saying after game 2. Could be fake, Pappy. Could be fake. Clem is paying attention. Clem pulls away. He's building up his Colossus. They should be ready for the main push. And ByuN, he does cut tank production at 2. Okay, so he does not build extra tanks. CC is on the way. This should be a very real 3rd command center. Should be very real. As ByuN does break out. pushing through the right-hand side. Again, these tank pushes towards the third base can be quite brutal. Clem, he has to engage ahead of time before the tanks get within range of this ramp. Even going for a backstab. Okay. Bold move. Hooks in. Gets a Marine. Nice swipe with the Marines as well. That's what, 3 Marines going down. Zalse do go for the backstab. Bunker is empty. Mineral line's exposed. SCV is going to be going down. And ByuN turns around. Yeah, ByuN turns everything back around. Ay, ay, ay. Zalse catch out the Marauders. They catch out the Marines. No major economic damage, but it does force ByuN all the way back home. There's a recall even. Saving 4 Stalkers. Sorry, 4 Zealots. Ah, no. Yeah, Zalse gets saved. Clem, he's gaining map control. Can we push through? Oh, no. Yeah, he does gain map control. He does break out behind this 4th base is on the way. Clem, he's looking very comfortable, by the way. Clem is looking very, very comfortable. The push failed. The economy has been delayed. Has been stifled. And Clem takes the lead. Por favor, ByuN. We want a back and forth. We want a game 4. Por favor. Clem is rallying. It's going to be a tough hold here. We have 2 tanks in position. They do get a couple of shots off. They punish the rotation. These tanks, they are within range of this pathway. The army's all over the place. Where are we going, babe? Where are we going? Oh, no. The Colossus. As this is a misrally, hopefully we don't throw it away. There we go. It does notice. Does pull back. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're getting washed, Batty. True, true. Just getting our feet wet. As Clem, he goes from his 4th, now getting a 5th base. He's up 2 expansions over ByuN. Again, Clem, he is miles ahead at this point. He has a very strong economy. He has map control. He's got the bases, the worker counts. ByuN is fully walling off. He's just walling up, and the goal here is to hopefully slowly break out and take a 4th. And then max. Speaking of maxing, Clem is maxed out. Clem is maxed out. Now would be the time to be active, to be aggressive, to set up proxy pylons, prism into towards the natural. Oh god, the stalker. No. Ideally, you coincide this with the main push, so a little bit disjointed. Drop into the main. Here comes the main army. ByuN is in position. ByuN is ready. He's on the high ground. Did not overreact. And from here, Clem just has to set up. Throw down more expansions, throw down more proxy pylons, more proxy gateways, and wait for ByuN to take a 4th base. When ByuN attempts to get a 4th, whether it's his low ground 4th base or the high ground 4th base, that is when ByuN will expose himself, and that is when Clem can punish. That'll be the moment. I said Clem, never mind, he's just committing in, okay. He just saves in. Never goes off. Ooh, does connect. We're trying to get on top of the tanks. The Vikings, they do go to town here on the Colossus, though. Yeah, getting 1, getting 2, almost getting all 3 Colossus. ByuN is holding on. Prism of the main base was cleaned up. And Clem does overextend. Once again, as you mentioned, ideally Clem would wait until now. What's happening now? ByuN's expanding. This is the time to push in. There are no tanks. There are no tanks in position. This is Clem's moment. Thankfully, did preserve his stalkers at least. Nice neighbor. It never goes off. Grazing the army. Clem needs to keep pushing. There we go. It does get into the expansion. CC under fire. ByuN trying to hold on, but this area is just so open, so accessible. There's no high ground advantage. There's no choke point. Not anymore. Boys are being pulled. The Novas. Oh my god, massive connections. They're catching at the Marines, the tanks. And Clem has done it. At this point, Clem has done it. Has broken the 4th base. Pushing further in. 19 SCV kills. Prism into the main base. Massive warp in. The warp ins, they continue. And the Orbans keep going. GG gets called, and Clem, he'll claim the series 3-0, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup number 79 champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Clem, he will claim the series. A very strong showing here by Clem. Game 1, ByuN went for a 1-base all-in. Game 2, ByuN went for a 2-base all-in. And here in Game 3, ByuN, he attempted to push on 2 bases, but he was denied. If you remember, the big moment this game was when ByuN committed to his push and Clem backstabbed. He backstabbed with the Zealots, and he forced ByuN to turn everything back around. In doing so, ByuN, he took a massive loss. He was unable to apply any pressure. It allowed Clem to claim his 4th. To claim his 4th base, to claim his 5th base, to gain full map control. ByuN, he missed his timing, he stumbled out the gate. That is why it was so difficult to see ByuN attempt to even get a 4th base. Like, he was playing from behind, he was playing from a deficit. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem does claim the series. Congratulations. Congratulations to Clem, but a shout out to ByuN. Shout out to ByuN for making it to the finals, of course, and more importantly, the biggest upset of the tournament, which we covered in the beginning of the broadcast. Shout out to Young Yakov for causing a massive upset earlier. For those who weren't here for it, I recommend the VODs. It was a short series, but Young Yakov, he 2-0'd Shin. He 2-0'd Shin earlier in the bracket, which was crazy. I was expecting Shin versus ByuN in the semis, but no, Yakov, he knocked Shin the hell out, and Yakov, he instead was a semi-finalist. So shout out to Young Yakov for causing that upset earlier. Again, it was a hyper-aggressive series, but in the end, congratulations to Clem for claiming that win. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be wrapping up here for the morning. I will be running some errands, I'll be getting some food, and I'll try to get some sleep, because in a couple of hours time, in less than 6 hours, we're going to be live with the GSL. The Global StarCraft League does begin tonight. Later on tonight, in less than 6 hours, we do have our GSL broadcast. As you can see, Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. KST. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. AEST. Again, that'll be in less than 6 hours time. So I'm going to try to get some rest and try to freshen up and try to get some food and try to get some stuff done, some work done before getting ready for tonight's broadcast. Again, it's going to be a very, very intense week of StarCraft. As you can see here, our schedule is completely full. Because of that, we will not be hosting the podcast. The podcast is our weekly podcast, our weekly news wrap-up show for the week of StarCraft. We won't be having one this week just because there's so much going on. We have GSL, so we're going to be live casting GSL on Wednesday and Thursday. You can see some GSL streams over the weekend. That is going to be our Twitch and YouTube rebroadcast. For those that are unaware, you can only live stream GSL on Soup. So we're going to be live streaming GSL on Soup, and then the rebroadcast has to be 2 days later. There is a restriction. Otherwise, I would just restream it right afterwards. But I would stream the VOD right afterwards, but there is a 48-hour cooldown period or cool off period. So basically we have to wait 48 hours and then we can show off the VODs on YouTube and Twitch. That is the restriction that we do have on us. So we're live streaming on Soup, and then the VODs are going to be available on Twitch and YouTube 2 days later. And that'll be over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. That's why we have those 2 slots there for the rebroadcast stream of GSL. Likewise, we have StarCraft Evolution League on Thursday. We have U-Thermal2 Circuit on Friday. We have more PiGosaur Cup action on Friday and Saturday. Those are replay casts of some of the weeks that we did miss. We did miss a couple of weeks of PiGosaur Cup, but we should be fully caught up after this week. Again, you can see here we have 4 streams of PiGosaur Cup this week. So we're catching up. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to watch the GSL live, you can do so via our Soup link, !Soup in the chat. Again, Soup is a Korean streaming platform. It is the equivalent, it used to be Africa. It's the equivalent of Twitch over in Korea. So you can check us out there if you wish. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try to get some work done, and I'll try to get a couple of hours of sleep before GSL. I'll do my best. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time. If you want to support us, you can do so via following us on all the socials. Check us out on YouTube. Again, if you missed out on some of the live casting, YouTube is the place to be for VODs. So check us out on YouTube. And likewise, Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis as well. So you can check us out on Patreon. You can support us there as well. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.